again. Okay, well, it's always an issue with these suckers. So let's have a look at the old Volvo, what she got to say today. I got my grubs on, I'm ready to rock. So, notice how nice and clean this is. Was having some trouble, and we tried to test my old battery, and it was running out of juice. And if we tried with the multimeter, and we're having bad luck with it, and it just wasn't holding the charge. And I thought, well, somebody said, you know, try a new battery. Now, would have been nice if I could have borrowed one, but I got a ride into town, and I thought, the heck with it, winter's coming. They talked me into getting a new battery, paying about $200. But, you know, winter is coming. Now I do have a brand new battery with a 4-year warranty. So any problems, I'm good to go. And I have my spare on the charger. Now I have my little smart charger, and she's been going. So here's the old girl. And we've got her going there, blinking green, so she should be good. So now I have a spare battery, because hey, you never know. Didn't have one, it sucks. No, I didn't want to spend $200, but now I got a brand new battery. Only problem is I got back, because remember, the problem was before overheating, right? Well. Little homework, and what do we have? So I got my new thermostat. Now it's not in. Now I've learned how this works. You gotta take this little cover off. This is actually used to be a hose. There was an air conditioner in here somewhere. I think it was over here probably. You can see some old hoses. That was probably them. Now, yeah, it's a little different than the ones I looked at online. But anyways, I thought, well, you know, the distributor looks good. We got a new battery. All our power's good. Under here's our thermostat. So what you do is you take this bolt off and this bolt here, and this thing pops off, and inside there's the thermostat. But got thinking, okay, there's a bunch of belts on here, and I checked a bunch of things, and you know, I checked the fan. So if the fan clutch, this thing here, if it's no good and you go like this, it'll spin. But you see there's resistance, so that's not the problem. But then there's these two belts, and they were kind of like making a noise. Now, what I should have done right away is see if they're tightened or not. And there's some cars have tensioners, so you put, I think it's a lot of these have a 13 millimeter ratchet or a bolt. That's actually holds, I think that holds the air conditioner on. But anyway, some of them will have a ratcheted little tensioner. You can turn it and it'll hold the tension, right? This doesn't, it's a bit older. So what I should have done was check the tension of the belts. Look at that, it's done. Look, they're barely on there. So no wonder it was overheating. This probably was barely turning, and I was probably barely turning the alternator. So look, that's not supposed to be like that. That's supposed to be tight like that, and I gotta tighten that down. Now I can't see if I can do it with one hand there. So if I tighten it, see, so that should be really tight, and that'll hold those on there. That's what's going on, I hope. But I really suspect so, because the fact that that alternator's loose means A, it's not charging the battery, so that's why I was losing power, and it's not turning the fan. That's why it was overheating. So we'll see. We went through all the things. I topped up the fuel. I made sure I had plenty of oil. It was clean, but it was low. You know, we got a brand new battery here. Probably just loose belts, and the squealing should have been the indication. But like a lot of things, you know, it's obvious. So what I'm going to do is get down here. Now, there's different ways to do it. You can actually take these two bolts off. That takes this shroud off, and it's a lot easier to get in here and work and move all that. But I don't think so. I'm just going to pop down and find out where the tightener is, because obviously, like I said, that shouldn't be wiggling like that. So I'll have a look under here, find out where it is, and tighten it up and see if that fixes the problem. We'll see. Now, what scares me is when I got back last night from doing a little drive, it would turn over, but it wouldn't start. So I don't know what's up with that. That kind of freaks me out. But first things first, tighten that up, and I'll give it a try. Fingers crossed, see what happens. Wish me luck. Let's see what's under here. Kind of hard to get under here because I got this thing kind of in the way. But let's see. So there she is. Oh, look. I think I can see it from here. I think that's our bolt. So, I guess I'll be getting to it from the top. But, get down here, have a look. Look at these all rusty. I gotta give these some clean, get some oil to her. I mean, I'll give it a good oil before winter, but boys, oh boys. It'd be a little easier without this thing on here, but do I really want to take it off? I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Feels heavy. I don't think so. She's staying on. We'll just get in for that guy. Okay. Sometimes you just got to get down and get her done, eh? Well, let's have a look. See what we can do up top here. Let's have a peek. Yeah. Oh, I think I see it. See if we can zoom in and get a shot of her. You guys see it? It disappeared from me. Get my finger in here so you can find it. Whoa. I don't like that. Look at that. What's that doing just loose there? It takes a closer look. I think that's the bolt. What's up with that? I don't feel a hole. Just kind of hanging there. I don't know what that is. Weird. It's just come out. Doesn't seem like it's attached to anything. Strange. Could be a remnant of something old though. Let's find out. Okay, so this is funky. Get in there. What there's a bolt with a little slot in the back, and I can. What I'm doing is I'm reaching down and I can feel the nut just turning with my fingers. That's not good. So if I'm pushing down on the alternator, tightening it up, and it feels like there. Now it doesn't move. So that's clearly what it is. So number one, WD-40. Spray her down there. Make sure it's not rusty. And I'm going to put some pressure on it. Tighten it up. Hope for the best. Maybe I don't need new belts, which would be cool. They don't look rough. No, they feel pretty good. They don't feel any weather checking or anything, so let's see what happens.
Yep, 13 milli. I think that's what it is. That's what the folks are saying on the internet. There it is. So, let's see if we can get this to happen. So, alright. Yeah. Locking spot. Okay, there. Yeah. Turn the tension on. Still want to go. That's a great idea, but I need a longer socket. It's too short. It needs to be about that long. Let's find another one.
There, that's more like it. So, let's see. Want to come check it out? So, let's see what we got here. There she goes. Boom. So now, I got to put some pressure on. Well, it's a lot better than it was, isn't it? Oh boy, moment of truth. Wash our hands off and see what we can come up with. Okay. Moment of truth. Let's see what happens. Oof, that's bad. What is that sound? They're squealing. That's not good. Oh, it makes me nervous. It's still okay. That's tight. Maybe they are really old. What the heck? Why am I not getting any spark? Now, there is something else I can check. I was looking online, and it said the fuel pump relay can go. And now I've got a leak in my windshield, so I'm going to try and silicone it. So let's have a look here, see what we can find. So, cruise control, radio lights, oil washers, headlamp, heater fan, intake fuel pump. So maybe number 4, 8 amp is blown. So number 4 and number 6, that's the main fuel pump. Anything else? I don't think so. So number 4, the intake fuel pump, let's check that. And number 6, the main fuel pump. So here we are. Let's see what's going on. It looks like this is starting to leak. You know, you see it is starting to go. Now the previous owner did actually not a bad job, but I'm gonna remove some of these, put some silicone in. It might be down there, maybe it's leaking in. That's starting to let go there. Who knows? Could be up top and it's leaking. So we're gonna silicone it and do that. But in the meantime, it's been dry for a while. Let's have a little look. So we have, as we saw, number 4 is the fuel pump. So let's have a look at this guy. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Looks good. And number 6 is the main fuel pump. Now, anybody else look funky? You look funky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Power windows, no. So, let's get the brush. I got a steel brush here. I'm going to give them a little clean, a shot of contact cleaner. In fact, I might replace them all. Get them all clean. All right, got my steel brush here. It's a bit big. I wish I had a smaller one. Oh well. And deoxide. I actually use this for my guitars and mixing boards and whatnot. So the first thing we're going to do is give it a little, ideally I'd have a little more room, but even just this, that looks clean there. Can't see that side, but I'll give it a little go. In the back. Let's give this one a little touch. Now, these look good, but I do have some brand new ones, and let's make sure they were right. So 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 is an 8 amp, which is the white. So let's try a brand new one of those. And number 6, which is the main fuel pump, is a 16 amp. And that's a red. So let's try a brand new one of those too. So here we go. Try it by hand here. Sometimes I use the old pliers. Now, goes in pretty solid. 16. Oh, I got skeeters trying to eat me. That time of night. Solid. Okay, let's try it out. And let's try round 2. Oh, I didn't use the contact cleaner, but I brushed it, put them in. We'll see. My plan is to actually take all the fuses out, brush them all, do the contact cleaner, let it dry, and do it again. But we'll just see if this works. Nothing. So nothing, and that nasty squeal is still happening. Not cool. I wish I had someone to start it here so I could look at those belts. May have to wait till my buddy gets home and do some more homework online. Let's see what I can find. Well, we're at a bit of a loss here, but I just got off the phone with one of my good buddies, Mark, who's a mechanical genius. He is a genius. You'll meet him for sure. Great musician too. And he really set me on a real little journey. A couple things. If I'm not, I'm going to turn it over. I need an assistant here. I'm going to turn it over a few times and then check the old spark plugs here and see if they're wet or dry. If they're wet, that means they're getting fuel. So remember, we checked the fuses, the fuel pump and all that. So if we're getting fuel, then we know, okay, that's not a problem. So we'll eliminate that. If they're dry, that means they're not getting fuel, right? But if we are getting fuel, it could be a number of things. And one of the things, a common one is, could be the starter. Because I did read online, they said, you know, starters, when they go, they'll make a weird noise, and it could be the solenoid's not pushing it in to connect, or it doesn't have enough power to turn it over. I'm not the best at it, I'm learning. So hopefully I don't have a bad starter, but I don't know, maybe I do. So when I get an assistant here, luckily I don't need to take the car anywhere right away. So I'm going to go relax and think about stuff and play some blues guitar and take my mind off it, and then I'll go back fresh and say, okay, what's going on? Is it I'll make a little list here and say, okay, let's check out the spark plug situation with the fuel. I did check the oil. I haven't lost any oil, so it's still okay there. So that's kind of one thing. Hopefully we didn't overheat it. I mean, it was getting hot, but I didn't let it get crazy. So I found my batteries.